Welcome back to Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles. Today we have a box of nickels. We're going to be looking for proofs, key dates, semi-key dates, buffaloes, silver, maybe even a V nickel. So fingers crossed. But we're not going to find anything by staring at the rolls. So let's just get into roll number one. If I can get it out of here. All right, I'll bring you back in after I hunt the first five. We'll go over the finds. All right, rolls 1 through 5 gives us a 1946 out of Philly and a 1959 out of Denver. Funny enough, those two came out of the first roll, and the 4 rolls after that were duds. So let me get 6 through 10. I'll bring you back with the finds. Rolls 6 through 10 only gave us this 1999 toned nickel. It's got some blue pinks to it, so it's in fairly nice shape. So I'll put it aside, check it against the album. But yeah, that's it for those 5 rolls. It's got some schmutz on the back, but I'll hold it aside. I like the color. All right, let me get through 11 to 15. Bring you in on those finds, if there are any. All right, 11 through 15, I have this 1964 with kind of like rainbow toning to it. Maybe it was in an album or something at one point, and then it just got annihilated from there. And then I also have this 1964D that looks like it might have an RPM. I did look on Variety Vista and Wexler's. I can't come up with an exact match, so I'm not sure. It might just be damage, but I'll hold it aside as a possible find. Let's get into rolls 16 through 20, and I'll bring you back with any finds, again, if we find something. All right, everybody, I'm on roll 16, and I got this rusty V nickel, but it's still a V nickel. Let's see if there's a date on here at all. 1892. Does that just say? Does it just say cents on the back? Is that one of like the old ones that doesn't say 5 cents? I don't know. Cents. I'm sorry, my wife has music playing in the background, and I don't think this says 5 on it. I'll have to look more into this. This thing is toasty, but it's still a V nickel. Let's take a look at it here. 1892. It's just really rusty, and I think it just says cents. That's awesome. All right, let me get back into the hunt. I'll bring it back in at the wrap-up of these 5 rolls. All right, I just looked it up. That was my mistake. It looks like all of them say cents on the back, and the V represents the 5, which would obviously be the case. But we got a V nickel. It's trash, but it's a V nickel. That's awesome. This was probably a metal detecting find, if I was to take a guess. 1892. I mean, the stars are in gray. I mean, it's not in terrible shape other than it being chewed up by the rust. All right, let me get back into the next 4 rolls. I'll bring you in with that wrap up. Hold on. All right, rolls 16 through 20 gave us our first foreign, 1988 out of Canada. I pulled a decent 1983, but looking at it like this, I'm probably going to toss it back because I believe the one in the album is better than this. But the find of those 5 rolls is this 1892 V-nickel. I mean, it's seen better days, but you can definitely make everything out. If it wasn't for that corrosion, it would actually be a decent shaped coin. All right, let's get into the next 5 rolls, 21 through 25. Be right back. All right, rolls 21 through 25 brings us to the halfway point, and we have some decent 80s finds. I have a 1985 out of Philly. I think it had some steps. 1987 out of Denver. Decent. 1988 out of Denver. And then we are back on the board somewhat. I have a 50s find, a 1954, also out of Denver. All right, let's get into rolls 26 through 30. Bring you back with the finds. All right, 26 through 30 gives us a nice 1962 out of Philly. Our next Canadian, 1983. And a 1941, I believe, out of Philly. 1949 out of Philly. And 2 1959s out of Denver, and that one is disgusting. That one might go back. Just saying. All right, let's get into 31 through 35, and I'll bring you in with the finds. Rolls 31 through 35. A decent 1989 out of Philly, 1993 out of Denver, 1995 out of Philly, and a 1997 out of Philly. I put this one aside. I believe this is, where are we here? 2020 Philly. This one has a pretty decent sized beehive die chip on the side of Monticello, and I don't bring you guys in too often for those. I don't come across them all that often either, but when I do, I kind of just toss them to the side. But I wanted to bring you in for that. So that is an Era, and it's a die chip, and it just so happens to be placed on the side of the Monticello building. Monticello, I don't know how you say it, and it's typically referred to as a beehive die chip. So we have that. And then we have a 1941 out of Philly and a 1948 out of Philly. So let's get into rolls 36 to 40, and I'll bring you in for those finds. All right, 36 through 40 gives us a really nice 1964 out of Denver. I don't think it's going to upgrade, though. The ones we have in the book are really nice. A 1984 out of Philly. It has steps. I have a 1946 Philly. A 1955, it's not the semi-key date, Denver. A 1957 out of Denver. And then I held this aside. This 1983 is stunning. And that's a nice looking 83. Also has fairly nice steps, I believe. Let's take a look. Some of the bottom's missing, but it's a nice coin. So we'll definitely check this against both albums. If it upgrades in my original, I'll upgrade it there and then probably pull from that one to Brad's album. All right, let's get into rolls 41 through 45. I'll bring you back with the finds. Rolls 41 through 45. Excuse me, we have a 1987 out of Philly, in decent shape, so we'll check that against the album. And a 1947, also out of Philly. I didn't put this on the scope. It looks like there might be some lamination error. Yeah, a little bit. And damage. It's a good crack though. Lamination peel through the center of Jefferson. That's cool. All right. Let's get through the last 5 rolls. I'll bring you back with the finds. All right, rolls 46 through 50. We have one lone find, 1946 out of Philly. So let me get the coin set up here for the final wrap up. I'll bring you in just a second. All right, well that does it. 50 rolls hunted, and these are our finds. So let's check them out. Funny enough, all the 40s were Phillies. So I have 2 41 Phillies, 3 46 Phillies, 47 Philly with that lamination peel, 48 Philly, and a 49 Philly. We have a 54 Denver, 55 Denver, 57 Denver, and 3 59 Denvers. One of those had all the gum on it. A couple of toned coins, that 1999 Philly, and this rainbow 1964. I have a 1988 Canadian, 1983 Canadian, this 1964 with, I don't know what's going on with that mint mark. Could be an RPM, could just be damage. I'm not 100% sure. And this 2020 Philly with the die chip on the side of the building and on the inside of that first door. We have all of our potential upgraders, but the find of the hunt is this 1892 V-nickel. That thing's insane. Look at that. I mean, it was a fairly lackluster hunt, but this made up for it. That's incredible. 1892 V-nickel. So for any of you that have, I don't know, maybe given it thought to coin roll hunt or just don't know how to go about it, you can start off really small. It just takes one roll. You can spend 50 cents on a roll of pennies, $2 on nickels, $5 on dimes, $10 for quarters, $half if you can get them, or $25 for a roll of dollars. And something fun, you could just pick up like a $6 album and one roll at a time start to plug away at an album. It's fun. It's pretty inexpensive. You don't lose anything. If you don't find anything out of that roll, bring it back to the bank, get another roll. You could do it daily. You could do it once a week. But it really is fun. And every now and then you come across something that's really cool. So that's my little spiel for the end of this video. Give it a shot. You never know what you might find. All right. Let me check what we have for the album, and I'll bring you back in for it. All right, album update for our plug, new coin, new spot. We had our 1962 Philly. That was an addition. All right, and now we have our upgrades. We upgraded, where is it? We upgraded the 1946 Philly. We upgraded, let's see here, the 1984 Philly. Trying to get some detail in there. We upgraded the 1988 85 Philly. We upgraded the 1993 Denver. And upgraded the 99 that was toned, which you can't really see in here, but you saw it on the video. All right, there we have it. The album's coming right along. As always, I'll show you the last page here for the years and mintages if you want to take a look. And that's it. Plugging away at the album. See you on the next one.